to all our friends in
Much
South
better.
Florida, LA, San Francisco, New York, Chicago, LA.
LA.
Welcome home to all our hostages coming in from North Korea. And I
Did you
can't
make this
find,
stuff
you know,
up?
I can't find how to turn off the music. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way. Because if I can't find it, it should be on. There you go.
You got it?
I got it, guy.
You going old school. I got it, guys, tomorrow on the Brooklyn Cafe TV. Today is, I didn't really name today. I guess it's Wedding Talk Thursday. We can talk Thirsty Thursday, but I got nothing to drink. Wedding Talk Thursday at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. We've got Paul Vadiato with us of Cruise Planners. We've got a guest from Sandals. I'm going to let Paul do the introductions. That is our first hour on Wedding Talk. Our second hour, we got the Brooklyn, New York girls in the house because apparently it is our turn. So I can't tell you what's going to happen because I am not even really sure. We've got a little goodie bag for Freddy in our second hour. And I think I've been told that the boys are coming also. Is that true?
The boys are coming.
I'm a
Of
little
course they're
scared.
coming.
I'm
What do
a
you
little
think?
scared.
What are you scared of?
You know, it's just been one of those Thursdays. I just have to tell you. At
You
some
think you
point,
had one of those Thursdays?
Yeah, I'm having one of those
You
Thursdays.
should hear what happened to me.
What happened to you? Yeah, I know what happened to you.
You know what happened to me.
I know.
They decided to play Let's Hide the Comrex on Mr. Kane's show this morning.
That's because we forgot to do something on our end.
We forgot to turn off the Comrex, or we forgot to.
So we are very sorry, Mr. Kane, about that. We could not get in our building to undo our Comrex. So we've got more precautions in place so that will not happen again. You know what happens when you grow? You have growing pains, I guess. Just the name of the show, remember Growing Pains?
You really think that Mr. Kane is listening?
No, but you know what? For everyone else who might be listening to Mr. Kane, we're very sorry. And there you go.
I haven't had a date like today in a long time. But anyway.
My chair over here is empty. I've got a very long, I need like the telephone cord to you. You know, the little cans and a string all the way over to the desk. But I got Paul sitting next to me, so we're good to go.
Well, this is old school. The only thing is that you guys have to look at the cameras. You can't look at me. This is TV. If
Yeah,
you
I
look
know.
at me, all I see is your ear.
If I look at this way, all you see is my other ear. You got one ear or the other.
That's right.
One ear or the other's got going on. In the house.
In
So what's
the house.
happening? You know, Paul, you were showing me these pictures from Sandals, which is amazing. And then I look, I go, wait, is that your wedding pictures?
That was my wedding pictures about 127 years ago. Got married at Sandals. You know, at the time it was White House.
Check it out.
Ah, there they are. There they are. This is, at the time was White House, now called
Sandals South Coast.
Sandals South Coast. And this is when I was a much younger man. My wife is still as beautiful as she is now. And we were married right on the beach.
That is beautiful.
It is.
What
And
made you get married at Sandals then? That was before you were even working with Sandals. So it's amazing how serendipitous it is that you come full circle, that you got married there, and now here you sit.
Well, we did our homework. I mean, at the time computers were just coming in, but Sandals has been around for a long time, and their reputation is just absolutely sterling on everything that they do. Everything they touch is first class, and that's what we wanted for our wedding. We were there by ourselves. I had a client who was there with us. She happened at the time to be the consul general to Jamaica.
That's nice.
So she witnessed the wedding, and we had a wonderful wedding. In fact, we had such a wonderful wedding, we went back the next year and we did it again.
Really?
We did a renewal of vows, and we did it 10 years later.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I have with me my special guest, Stuart Levy, who is with Sandals. He is our business development manager here in our area and into Louisiana.
Yes, that is correct.
Welcome, Stuart.
Thank you.
You know, Paul always talks about Sandals, and last week I think we went over how many you have in Jamaica, which was mind-boggling.
Yep.
That you have so many overseas, and he sits here, Paul, and he books cruises. My mother's going on a cruise with my dad, and then you got Kathleen going on a cruise, and everyone's going to Sandals, and Paul just makes it look so easy, and he makes it so easy. And I think even my mom referred a friend to you because they needed
did.
equipment, right?
Yeah.
So that was the show we did a couple weeks ago with the
Yes.
adaptive equipment.
Yes. And, you know, to make things seamless, you really have to have strong partners. I mean, look at what you're doing here with
We
Brooklyn
got a strong
Cafe.
partnership, Freddie?
Right.
Huh? What? He's not even paying attention. That's our partner over there. Huh? What'd you say?
What's that?
What's that happens when you get married? Huh? What?
No,
We're like married
I'm
and not
doing-
married.
I'm doing 3 things at once.
We're like married and not married, and he already
What
doesn't
was-
listen
what
to
was
me.
the
Do you see
question?
that? Huh?
What was the
What?
question?
It's like having a strong partner is what he said.
Yes.
Yeah. And there you have it.
I got no question. I have no way of answering that any other way.
Nothing. Just keep saying yes, Freddie. We're good to go.
And the thing about sandals is that they are always changing it. It's always contemporary. They're always redoing it. They're always adding new. They're taking better and making it best. And they're there with all of the current trends, with what brides want in weddings, and making it easier and easier and easier for us in travel to be able to work and send our clients to Sandals and know when they get there, they are going to just be spoiled, and they're going to be going to have memories that will last them the rest of the lifetime.
And you don't have to take a cruise there. You can fly there, correct?
You can fly there, and right from wherever you may be in the United States, they'll arrange all the transportation and get you right there. And once you get there, life ends in terms of hustle, bustle. It's your schedule to do as much or as little as you want.
Can I leave right now? Because after today, and it's only 12 o'clock in the afternoon, I am like ready. You want to go?
No.
If you say no, I'm going.
No.
Because I got to tell you, it's time to run away.
Hey, you run away. You don't run away. You fix things. Things don't work. You fix them.
I
All right.
think
So
you
the
gotta run
gentleman's too. You're
We
with
could get
Sandals,
wedding
right?
pictures
Yes.
for you.
You know, Paul, let me tell you something. Every time you come here, you're always schmoozing and snoozing.
Someone's getting married.
Somebody's either getting married or somebody. What am I doing here?
I have no idea what you're doing. Because
Well,
I can't look at
somebody's
you
doing
because you only see my right ear. So I got to look this way, and I have no idea what you're doing over there.
I
You
sound
know
like
what you
I'm a tube.
You sound like a tube?
I'm tubing.
Well, you know
Now
what
I got
happened
reverb.
yesterday? We're trying to get this new pack that you saw when we walked in, our mini pack set up, and we have to get it right with the radio station, which is why the Comrex was still plugged in. So we changed all the mic settings, and I don't think we changed it back. So it's a good thing you're on board today. But Sandals is beautiful. Jen G is saying the pictures look amazing.
They are. Well, Freddie just ran them, and words just can't describe how lush and how beautiful it is.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen the commercials on television, you've heard the radio commercials, and I can definitely say that none of the images are doctored. That's when you come to the Caribbean and you see the turquoise waters. It is really a masterful creation. So what you're seeing, you are definitely getting.
So I'm thinking you must have the best job ever, because this is what you get to do every day. I mean, seriously, you're on vacation all the time. I mean, you're not, but you could be.
You know,
if
it's
you work in
5 o'clock.
paradise.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere every day. So it is a wonderful job, and it's very easy once you have a product that you can promote, that you stand by 100%. And as I said, I can do all the talking and presenting possible, but once you see it, you know it.
What do you do with Sandals?
So I'm a business development manager, so I go out and I assist the travel agent community and the tour operators on marketing and how to sell sandals, and talking to their clients, giving them all the details and assisting them before travel, so that once they do make that booking, that they're going to have the time of their lives when they visit the resorts.
And Paul was telling us last week, and every week he's here, every week talking about sandals. Even if we're talking about something else, he talks about sandals.
Love it.
That it includes your activities, your drinks, your
Listen,
food,
it's,
your accommodations.
You know, back in the 80s when the all-inclusive concept came on board, not many hotels knew what it was about. Not many guests knew what it was about. And as the years have passed by, we had to evolve, and we're now known as the luxury included vacation. So we've taken the all-inclusive concept and we've actually raised the bar. So not only are, you know, the simple things such as food and beverage, but we've revamped the food and beverage program to our 5-star global gourmet program. We have an average of 9 restaurants on resort for 200 plus rooms. None of them require any extra payment. The water sports is all included, motorized and non-motorized. You don't have to spend additional charges for an oar or a canoe. Scuba divers get to scuba dive for free. You know, that's added value to visiting and staying at Sandals and Beaches resorts. Even the transportation is included, and we also have a strict no tipping policy. So when you're on resort, you're
I like that part.
you're not adding. You know, you don't have to dip into your purse or your wallet to take out extra cash to tip for any reason.
Well, that's what's so incredible is you can save and plan for your vacation, pay it ahead of time, and then be done and not feel like once you get there, you needed more money.
Definitely. You know, it's a one-stop shop. You pay off your vacation in increments before you travel. And once you get down to the resorts, you lock away your valuables in your safe and you're good to go. There's no need for you to have that at any other time. Your vacation is paid for. And I can speak from experience seeing guests on resort. I used to be a food and beverage manager, and I'd see guests quietly sitting at a table after their desserts, and I'd meander over to them and ask them if everything is all right, if they want to order more, and they wanted a check. And I had to explain to them, there is no check. You simply get up and move on to the other restaurant if you'd like. You know, we even have a 5-star steakhouse that we recently launched, Butch's Chop House in Grenada. And you know, my coworkers and myself, if you're a meat lover, you can order filet mignon and you can order a ribeye, and there's no added charge. When lobster season is in, you can order as many lobsters as you want. There's no additional charge. And this is mind-blowing to several of our guests once they visit the resorts.
It sounds like the best vacation for my son, honestly. Can you imagine taking your boys there and a bunch of...
they'll
right?
eat all the food in the country.
I'm telling you,
Nothing left.
you guys can't be making any money.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that you can pay in increments, and when you go on vacation, you're done. It's paid for. And when you come home, you don't like dread looking up the credit card bill saying, oh gosh, what did I do?
Exactly. And you know, we've all been to theme parks with family and friends, and
right?
you think
$5,000
you think that you've budgeted for the trip,
Yeah.
you know, and once you get in, and then you have to pay for a bottle of water and a Gatorade and a chocolate bar and an ice cream bar, and but you know, by the time you get home, just as you said, you get this credit card bill that's, you know, $600 to $1,000 more than what you expected. So it's, instead of being a vacation, it's now a workation, because you have to go back to work to pay for that vacation.
I need another vacation. My vacation needs a vacation, Freddie.
Well, it's funny because I know that Sandals works with businesses when I was down in Miami, and they used to give us packages to people who used to do. I can't talk with the headphones on. They used to give packages to people who used to buy kitchens and stuff like that with us to go out and try it. In the day, I guess Sandals was just like cranking it up, and they wanted to put people over. Now it's like, if you don't go to Sandals, you don't know what the hell you're doing, right?
Yep, that's definitely true.
When I was in college, one of my first jobs, I worked with an interior designer, and she did the interior decorating for Sandals.
Wow.
Which was amazing, because
Well-
you think so long ago, and she was in Miami,
Yeah.
and I got to work with all of her color boards, and it was back in the 80s, so everything was the gray and the peaches
Yeah.
and the pinks.
You know, and on that subject, Sandals has really, as I mentioned, we pushed the bar. So now we're doing a lot of millennial and more modern renovations to our resorts. So if you look at our Sandals Grenada resort, that really spearheaded this movement, where we started with the Tranquility soaking tubs on the balconies and the patios. We had the Sky Pool Infinity Suites in the Italian Village. And we pushed it even further. Now our most recent resort, Sandals Royal Barbados, where we have rooftop pools and bowling alleys. Or Infinity Edge Pool at the resort has a plexiglass end, so you can, it's unobstructed. You see straight out to the ocean, and on the beach it's unobstructed, so you can see straight up through the swimming pool.
I don't even think I'm packing. I'm going just like this. I've got my makeup bag and a pair of shoes. Honestly, what else do I need? Because I'm out of here. Want to come? You're going to tell me no again.
I can't. If you're leaving, I gotta do the show.
Somebody has to stay and work.
One swimsuit and you're good to go.
Now,
I'm
let
sure I
me-
could probably buy a
hold
swimsuit
on,
there,
hold on,
right?
hold on. There's always a way to do a deal. Now, I'm looking at you with my people are working on this over here, so it's like really bothering me. So let me ask you something. When I go on these wonderful cruises all over the place, there's always shows on there.
Mhm.
So I told Paul, what we want to do is we want to take the Brooklyn Cafe and all our comedians, and you're going to meet them in about 20 minutes, God help. And we wanted to go on a cruise to do shows on there. How does one audition to be? Look, he's looking
You
at
mean
me.
the entertainment at
Like
Sandals?
we call them playmakers
There you
on,
go,
on the
playmaker.
resort.
How does one audition to be a playmaker?
Well, you definitely have to have a high energy, and the best person to answer this question would probably be our senior vice president of sales. He started as a playmaker on the resort and grew throughout the company. But you definitely have to have high energy. You love to work with people, and be very creative. You know, we have a theme night on resorts that's called the chocolate buffet night, and we ask all of our guests pre-travel to make sure that they pack something white, and our entertainment team will set up a marvelous.
Wait, you've got a chocolate night and you're going to wear white?
Exactly. We get to see who is the messiest person.
Oh, okay.
You know? But
So you gotta have a sense of humor.
you have to have a sense of humor.
And that's a little bit of us.
You have to love getting wet.
I don't know about that.
You know, we're always in the swimming pools, always, you know, the liquid sunshine. You're in the tropics, so when it rains, you have to be that person out there to ensure that the sun will come out and that the fun still goes on. The party never stops.
How many Sandals resorts are there?
We have over 16 Sandals resorts and counting. We have more down the pipeline to come in the future. We also have 3 beaches resorts, which is our family-focused resort.
All right, so let's talk about that, because we're not only talking about weddings, right? We can talk about any vacation, any destination. What's the difference between the beaches that makes it more family than Sandals?
Well, as our slogan says, beaches is for everyone. So it's not only for couples in love, although we do open our arms to them if they want to visit beaches resorts, but it's also for singles, for groups, for the multi-generational families who want to come down and do a family reunion. It is for everyone.
And let's talk about the length of stay, right? Can we go for a weekend,
Sure.
a week, multiple
Well,
weeks?
we definitely ask for a 3-night minimum for Sandals and beaches, but you can go much longer. We've had guests who have stayed at beaches for multiple weeks from Europe. And we have, you know, we take those who come in for just the 3-nighters who can get away for the weekend and get some R&R and get back to work.
Do people ever just leave the resort, or they just stay? Because I think once I go, I've taken my makeup bag and my bathing
You
suit that I
can't
don't
move
have,
in.
and
You
I'm
know-
not
No,
leaving.
you can't move
I'm
in. This is not
staying.
let me move in.
Yeah.
I'm moving in. Done.
As,
Going.
as much as we'd want our clients and our guests to stay on resort all the time, we urge them to get out and explore. Our sister company, Island Routes, is our tour operator company, and they do tour excursions that are fully insured throughout the different Caribbean destinations that we are in and beyond as well. So we urge, you know, all the guests who visit to take part, to see outside the resort, see the country, learn something, and experience more than just what's in the Sandals and Beaches resorts.
And Paul, you help book all of that?
Yeah, we work directly with Sandals and directly with our families or couples. What is it that would make a perfect vacation? What would give you something that is memorable? There are some that like to just lay on the beach, and there are others who want to get up and do and experience everything there is. Until you've climbed down River Falls, you have not lived.
Well, I don't think I've ever climbed it, but apparently there's pictures that say I did,
I
so
heard
I'm
that
not
you
really
did.
sure.
Your mother said that you did.
I have no recollection of it. So you
Were
know
you
what my kids
adopted?
say?
She must have had one too many red stripe bears.
My kids say, you know, if there's no picture, it didn't happen, right?
That's right.
If I don't
Wait, hold on
see
a
pictures,
second.
then I'm thinking it
Were
didn't
you
happen.
adopted?
Yeah, I think the fairies dropped me from the
Dawn
ceiling.
doesn't have a birth certificate either.
Oh.
So her mother says, I could swear, I think it was this year. And we make a big joke
I think the
about
fairies just dropped me, but yes, all of the vacation spots sound magnificent. And as far as families go, all ages.
All ages for beaches. We've really looked into our nanny program that we have at the kids camp, and our nannies are trained annually from the American Association of Nannies. They come down, they make sure that they're fully trained. We have a ratio of 3-to-1, and we take newborns all the way up.
Wow.
So the parents can come down, enjoy a vacation, and still have their family with them. And it's extremely secure, trained. We have closed circuit camera TVs in the nurseries, so at any given time there's always eyes on.
And when you're out of that point in your life and you're not even thinking about it, it's like with the tooth fairy, and then you bring it back up and you go, yeah, that tooth fairy thing. That nanny thing, you have to be really careful, and that's so important. I remember when my kids were little, we'd go on vacation. If you want to go out at night, you have to get a babysitter.
Yeah.
So knowing that peace of mind is there and they're screened and you've got the cameras is so important for
Yeah.
families.
And even, you know, if we even take it a step further, because the parents are required to drop off passports, and you need 2 passports, and there are secret words so that no one can just come
Wow.
and take your child out of the nursery, and not just one parent can take the child out of the nursery without the secret word. So it's very secure, and we even went further and recently got credited for autism on all of our beaches resorts. So all your autistic needs are answered with us as well.
That's incredible.
The sad thing is that I'll forget the secret word, and I have to get my kid up to the shit.
Yeah, I know.
Because
Guess who
I'll never forget it.
Murray, guess who just walked in? JoJo walked in. Murray says, hi, Florida. Only when you post, JoJo, does Murray comment.
Why is it that Murray's watching? Is Murray going
Because
to...
he knows JoJo's here, I guess.
Yeah, but is he, is he going to visit us on a cruise?
I don't know. Murray needs to come visit us on a cruise. Actually, we're going to Sandals with the family. Everyone, I guess you can take grandparents. Everyone can go. Make it a whole family.
Everyone can go, as long as it's a beaches resorts. Now, if it's Sandals, they have to be over 18 years old as an adult, and it's a couples only resort. So there are no twin beds or configurations such as that. So you really have to love and adore the person who you're going to spend the night with, because everybody is sharing the same king size bed.
Well, even if you're going with your family that has adult kids, you wouldn't go to Sandals, then you would go to beaches.
We would, we've had families who have gone to Sandals resorts with their adult kids, but we definitely encourage the beaches option for them.
That's the nice thing about Sandals. You come with 2 and you leave with 3.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to go. I don't know if I want to go there.
Children or people?
Well, the beaches concept was actually launched a few years after Sandals was so successful, because what happened was we had the lovely couple staying at Sandals resorts, and the romance continued, and then they ended up having families and wanted to continue that experience, and therefore Beaches was born.
And there you go. And out of necessity, there you go.
Don, I'm going to give you a word. Butler for a week.
Freddie, can you remember that word? Butler
You get
for
a
a
butler
week.
for a week?
Yeah, that's our butler program.
You get a butler.
So you get a butler, and our butlers are trained by the English Guild of Professional Butlers.
Butler?
It's the same guild that trains butlers for celebrities and royalty in Europe as well. And you get your own personal cell phone that connects you to a team of 2 butlers. And they're not in-your-face, obnoxious butlers, okay? They're really relaxed. We call them the Caribbean genie, because they give you more than all the wishes. And anything that you need, you'll be down on the beach relaxing, and your stomach growls and you want some pizza or some Red Stripe beer. Go ahead and call up your butler. He'll bring it right to you, beachside, poolside. You'll have your lounge chairs. Yeah.
You get a butler. I was going to ask you, what else does the butler do? Because
Can I get a maid
included.
instead of a butler?
No.
You have that too, I think.
That genie's out of town, Fred.
Well, hold on a second. What was that?
I think you have that too, right? Someone
That's-
comes in and they make up
Can
the
you get a
room.
maid?
That's already included.
That's already
That's already
included.
part
You
of
get
the
that too.
package.
Oh, so the butler's like an additional...
That's an additional
An
whole
additional
other
service.
category. You have the Love Nest Suites, which are located on nice
That's what you're
secluded
talking
portions.
Love Nest Suites.
Yeah.
What's a Love Nest Suite?
These suites really adhere to the clientele that is looking for something more. The suites are on the edge of design and innovation. They're located in secluded, sexy parts of the resort, such as our Rendezvous suites or Sky Pool suites, and our most recent, the over-the-water suites at Sandals Royal Caribbean in Montego Bay, Jamaica.
Wow.
Which is
now
why-
you have those villages on the water, right?
That's the over-the-water suites. Yeah.
I mean, it's like Bali Bali.
So
Bulu,
what we did, we took the concept
Bora
of the
Bora?
over-the-water
Bora Bora.
suites, over in the Maldives and Bora Bora, and we
Right.
brought them to the Caribbean. So instead of spending 24 or 48 hours of traveling just to get to Tahiti or Fiji, you can come straight to Jamaica. It's an hour and a half
and
from
it's safer.
safer right there.
There's
1.5
volcanoes.
hours, no volcanoes.
You ain't got to fly over volcanoes.
And you're right over the water, and these are state-of-the-art suites. They come with all the bells and whistles. The glass bottom floors have.
I was going to ask you, there is a glass bottom floor.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
In the
And
huts?
in the huts, definitely.
They're not
We
huts,
have
I know,
When are
but
we
they're
going?
suites.
And
I'm leaving
I
right
hear-
now, is what I'm saying.
And I hear that the water, the glass bottom around it, the lights light up
pristine.
the
Yeah,
water.
we have fluorescent lights that actually attract the
fish.
creatures at night. So you can lay in bed, and instead of
get my
turning the
homework.
TV on, you just look through the floors and you can see all the sea life, the
Are there
aquatic life.
TVs?
Are there TVs? Definitely. We have to
There's
cater
no
to
TV.
everyone, you know.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe we don't even need TVs.
No,
I
no,
can
we-
watch the fish swim
We
all
have
day long.
we have the
Yeah,
we have the
figures.
Samsung curved TVs, LED TVs. You
You
got to
want the
make
TV?
sure, you know, when a
Hey,
Super
Freddy,
Bowl.
Duck.
Yeah.
It figures.
Freddie, it depends how long you're married if you get
Hold
the
on.
TV or not.
Chuck, if you're listening.
We
it
said you
figures-
had to bring a
My
husband.
husband would want a
It-
TV. I'm just saying.
It figures that Dawn would say, "Is there a TV?"
Well, he said he was telling you about the TVs. I
Yeah.
heard, right? My husband would want a TV. He won't watch the fish,
You know,
but
if
I
you
get
have
to
if you
watch
have your
the fish.
favorite sports programs going on, or you know,
Sports program. What the hell are you guys
I'm
talking?
telling
listen,
you.
listen. If you're on vacation, we're not going to dictate how you want to spend your vacation. But if you're into your, you know, Game of Thrones, you want to keep up to the time. We have all of that available to you. It's a luxury included
Is he
vacation.
talking about dress up?
No, that's on our next hour.
Is that?
That's the next
I'm
hour.
warming up in
He
the
has no
bullpen, baby.
idea.
I got no guarantees on what's happening the next hour. I'm just saying, I don't know. But dress
Okay.
up is hour 2.
Okay, hold on a second. So now you got your TV, Dawn. Port of calls. What are some of the places that Sandals has?
All right, so a few of the islands that we're located, we're from Jamaica, so obviously we are in Jamaica. We're in Montego Bay, Ocho
Yeah, man.
Rios. Yep, that's where I'm from. The south coast of Jamaica as well, which is formerly White House. We have Negril in Jamaica. As we venture out of Jamaica, we have Nassau, where we have Sandals Royal Bahamian. We have on Great Exuma, we have Sandals Emerald Bay with the Greg Normal Golf Course. Then we move over to St. Lucia. We have 3 resorts on the island of St. Lucia. We're adding a 4th that just broke ground last week. We have Sandals in Antigua. We have 2 in Barbados, 1 in Grenada, and we have more coming down the pipeline.
You said Exuma. Is that where you
Yes.
can swim with the pigs?
You can swim with the pigs,
I have to
taking
do
an
that.
island
Don't
route
ask
excursion.
why.
Yeah.
There's pigs. You can swim with the
You're
pigs.
gonna
Why would I
with the
want to swim
pigs?
with a pig? That's as bad as the TV.
You're gonna swim with
I
the
guess
pigs?
we're going alone, Dawn.
You're gonna swim with the pigs,
Swim with
Jojo? Murray, she's swimming with the pigs. I think Murray will come over.
Listen,
Swim-
we have
It's no
No
NF
one
we have-
liners, I promise.
Oh,
It's
Hold on,
4:30 in the morning
Wait a
in New
minute, Stuart,
Zealand. She's
Stuart,
swimming
hold
with the
on,
pigs?
hold on.
Yeah.
Stuart, you gotta clear this up. Why in the world did you want to swim with a pig?
I didn't know pigs
Listen,
swam.
it's
There's a
one
bunch
of,
of 'em.
It's one of the 8 wonders of the world.
Pigs
pig?
swim?
You get to go out. Yeah, you've heard about pigs flying. We have pigs swimming in the
I
Caribbean.
was gonna say I know
And they're
pigs fly.
alive.
What about swimming?
Yeah.
They
Listen,
swim.
I
And how
raised.
do you know this?
I raised pigs
Because I have friends that have gone there.
because you dated who?
I dated many of them, but they didn't swim
Freddie,
very well, so
this-
they're gone.
They're so good. The pigs synchronized swim.
Synchronized pig swinging. I heard it's going to be in the Olympics too. When I was a kid, my grandfather raised pigs. I wouldn't want to swim with a pig. I swim with elephants or maybe dolphins, but pigs? Never heard of that before.
Yeah, very friendly. Very friendly.
I think
I'm
the
pretty
hardest
sure they
thing.
are.
The
Yeah.
hardest thing is deciding which one you're going to go to.
Yeah, that's the hardest part, and that's why you work with travel agents such as Paul right here, who they've gone to the certification courses. They work with their BDMs diligently, and they know the product like the back of their hand. So half of the time, what we're really doing is qualifying which resort best suits you when you go on your vacation.
What a job you got, Paul.
Isn't it lovely?
It's like the envy. I thought I had a good job.
But, you know, we spoke last time a little bit about the try-on wedding,
Try on-
right?
Yes, the try wedding.
Test drive
your wedding.
Test drive your wedding.
Test drive your honeymoon.
I'm going to let
Yeah,
Stuart talk about this
Yeah,
program.
make sure test drive you have a TV.
No, you may not need it for your honeymoon. Only if you've been married a few more years than
Well,
that.
you know, as we've been discussing, we have all of these resorts, and I recently got married myself. So one of the most complicated and stressful parts is trying to decide when you're doing a destination wedding, is this going to be the perfect fit? So to take some of the stress out of it, we have the test drive your wedding option. It's the only time that we'll allow you to come down to the resorts for 2 nights, because we always require a 3-night minimum stay. And you and a guest, hopefully it's the bride and groom, sometimes it's the mother of the bride or the mother of the groom, they'll come down, they pay a $500 fee, and they leave from their gateway in the US, head down to the resort of their choice, and get to test drive just like you do a car, and see what the wedding venue will look like, where on the resort they want to have their wedding. Many times brides and grooms jump to the conclusion that they want to have a beachside wedding. when they get to the resorts to actually see it, they realize we have cliffside views, we have mountain views, we have opulent garden views. So they get to come down, they meet the resort team, we wine and dine them, they see all the entertainment, all the restaurants, all the water sports available, and they get to taste what they're going to eat for their wedding cake. So they're really taking on a full test drive.
I think that
all the different
I got to
flavors.
take my experiences of being married 30 years and your experiences of being married a few times out of this. Now think about our kids. Now think about our kids going.
boys, that's
Like,
not-
let's look at it
Is that a
let's look at
backhand
it another
compliment?
way. Let's look at it as our kids getting married, right?
Yeah.
Would you want to go with your son to look at sandals, or would you rather him go with his bride to be?
I've gone on a cruise with my son and Linda.
But
I
you know,
have.
the best part about this test drive is once they do decide that they're going to go and ahead with this and do their destination wedding, that $500 fee that they paid goes right back into their future booking. So it's a return on investment.
It's an immediate ROI. You can't beat that. And Paul was saying last week that you get about $700 back towards the cost of the wedding.
Yes.
So you pay $5. If you book it, you get $7 back. So you're up to. I know my math skills are really good,
No, but
and that's about as good as we get on that one.
Yeah, and you get all the free options that you do at the base program level for a free wedding. So if you're going by yourselves, you know, you already get so much included. But of course, our new aisle-to-aisle program, which fully customizes the wedding experience, you get to add on all the different tablecloth, the colors, the inspirations that's actually inspired by love, created by you, only at Sandals and Beaches Resorts.
So you get
You
married
can get married at beaches
too.
is my
Yeah.
next question.
Mhm, definitely.
If you have children, you want to bring them to the wedding?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. So you got married. You and your wife went on your own, and that was
No,
just
they never got married.
lovely and magnificent.
They
That's
just took a
okay.
lot
They
of
just
pictures.
test
You did
drove
it a
for 2
second
days.
time just
They
to
just
make
took a lot of
sure.
pictures.
They just test drove it for a couple days. But if you want to invite people to your wedding, you're better off having it at beaches, unless they're all couples.
Yeah, you know, you have weddings nowadays that they'll kindly ask that no kids be invited to the wedding, and you can always have it at Sandals. Again, we have no rooms at Sandals that have 2 beds in
Or
there,
a crib, so.
or, you know. But at Beaches Resorts for everyone, if you have a large family and kids are involved, we definitely encourage them to choose beaches.
And beaches, how many resorts are there?
We have 3 resorts,
And-
two in Jamaica and 1 in Turks and Caicos.
And I hear Turks and Caicos is magnificent.
Listen, it speaks for itself.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
So how
Paul,
do you
have
choose?
have you been to Turks and Caicos?
Now that's one I have not been to. We were just talking about the next trip I take with Sandals. It's going to be to one of the beaches property, and Turks and Caicos is probably where it's going to be.
Yeah. So
You know, you can actually, let me ask, if you do the 3-day deal, right, like Friday to Sunday, let's assume, and if it becomes a reasonable deal, you can actually do these like every week, every other weekend,
definitely.
if the price is right. That's it.
What do you want to test drive all the locations for your wedding?
Well, how else are you going to know where you want to get married?
He's got a point.
I mean, if I want to go, you want to try all of them. I
You
mean,
want
why
to try
not?
all of them?
But
Such a
think
guy.
about the brides that we have that are really stressing out with all of the work they have, the prep for the wedding.
And I can speak on this personally.
You just did
know,
this.
Yeah.
I just got married.
What was it like?
You know, I can tell you one of the most stressful points in my life
It's getting married.
is not even the say I do part, but the coordinating with, you know, the wedding planner and the church and the caterers and all of this. And you'd figure I would have gotten married at Sandals, but I didn't.
You did?
I did not.
Why?
Yeah. I'm from Jamaica, so I require
that
more than
explains
a
everything.
hotel. But the value in having a full-on weddings team that takes your brides and grooms by the hand, and everything is done for them pre-travel. So the minute they get to the resort, they're handed a nice catalog that has everything from step 1 all the way to the end. It highlights who their photographer is. They get to meet the photographer team, the venues, the food is already chosen, the music. Everything is done for them before travel. So it's absolutely stress-free. And if I would do it again, I would definitely have done it at a Sandals or Beaches Resorts. Definitely.
See that? He's changed it. Go outside the box and you go, you know what, I got to get back in it, because you know this is what you do every day.
Yeah.
You know, what we could do is we could offer husbands to be, and you know, Steve-O is going to be here, and he does 240 weddings. But you could offer the husband to be, say, honey, you know what? I got this. You just get the dress and the bridesmaid. Everything else I take care of. And they're going
You're
to say, how are you
just
going to do that?
unique that way. Most husbands aren't like that. I'm just saying.
Do you know what happens? There's a show called Bridezilla.
Yeah.
Do you know why they
Bridezilla.
call it Bridezilla?
Well, you actually do have groomzillas as well.
Thank you very
Do
much.
you?
Yeah.
Well, you make it so easy that I'm for hire. So if you want to hire me, I will take care of you. I go, hey, Paul, plan B, plan Z, because it's so simple.
Yes.
But you know, it sounds so easy, and like, you know what, honey, take over, book the wedding, just control it all. And then Noah says, be careful of those controlling guys. So you walk this fine balancing act, right? Noah Crane's like, yes, careful.
I'm just trying to make it easy for the bride to focus on. Listen, I've been married a couple times, you're right. The way I see it, honeymoon is better than the marriage. The cost of the marriage is like a mortgage payment.
But here's how it gets better at Sandals and Beaches Resorts. So you can actually come down and plan ahead. If you're doing a destination wedding, you can plan the bachelor party, the bachelorette party. All of that can be done
That's
on
what
the
I'm talking
island
about.
and at the resort with a nice deep sea excursion. How the guys would like a deep sea fishing excursion, smoking cigars.
Catamaran.
You know, catamaran cruise. The bridesmaids and the bride can head off to a spa treatment. They could probably get a mud bath if they're in St. Lucia at one of the volcanoes. And then, you know, you have the destination, the wedding itself taking place. And immediately after the wedding, the honeymoon begins. And how wonderful it is. We mentioned that you finish a vacation at a theme park and then you have to start working on paying off the bills. But this way, everyone has a vacation, not only the guests who are attending the wedding, but also the bride and groom, the parents, jet off into their own honeymoon and vacation.
All right, so
immediately
it
after.
sounds amazing. Is it affordable?
Definitely. We have leading categories. Again, working with Paul, we can find butler entry rooms in Sandos Ocho Rios. They'll get butler entry rooms for a week for absolutely peanuts when you look at the all-inclusive and the luxury-inclusive programs that are out there.
And Paula said the weddings, to do a destination wedding, is significantly less expensive than doing a wedding stateside.
Significantly.
That's what
less
I'm saying.
expensive.
You save money by doing this. And now let me ask you a question, right? If
She's going to
who's
snort.
who's-
Your
who's-
heels.
Heels.
Is it the
It's your
house?
snorter.
Hey, DeMarco. Hey. There's a place in Jamaica. There's a place that you get to swim with the pigs.
You want to swim with the pigs?
I'm going to show you the video.
She's got the best
Let me
laugh.
see it. I want to go.
You want to get
Let's do
married
it.
again?
Do I want to give you
Yes. Would you renew your
After
vows?
you hear this, you're gonna want to get married again.
I don't mean to somebody else. I mean renew your vows.
Sure, why not?
It's plenty of time.
Leaving today, are we?
I am. You want to come? No?
You want to get married again. I am. You want to come. She has a TV.
But you know, we also have
I have a TV.
we
I
have
swim with the
girlfriend
fish.
trips.
She swims with the pigs. We've got girlfriend. I'm just going.
Now, Stuart, let me ask you a question. Stuart, let me ask you a question. You just got married,
Yes,
and how old are you?
I'm 36.
Okay, you know what happens is as you get older, you're gonna wish that you had done more trips because you get married, you stay married. Like Dawn's been married 30 years at Roberts, and what happens is that
She was
what
11.
begins to happen is that you wish that honeymoon had taken place. See, I played it smart. I went to Europe. I went to Greece
Mhm.
and Italy.
That's actually where I'm supposed to go on my wedding, on my honeymoon.
I went everywhere up.
Wait, that's where he's supposed to go. Are you going?
To Greece?
Anywhere?
Yeah, possibly Greece.
He's supposed
No,
to go. I'm thinking he's
I'm
staying
going
at
to tell you
Sandals.
something. When you go to Greece, be careful. You're not going to want to come home. I didn't want to come home. And the government in those days, they don't do it anymore, I don't think. They wanted Americans over, so they would give you a house for 6 years rent-free.
Well,
Oh my God, no wonder they're in trouble.
It was a cement house, a block of house, but they would give it to you. But when you start doing these trips, you're going to start realizing that the wedding is fun for everybody, except for the groom and the bride, because you got all this work, the dress tears, the pictures, the food, the running around, then you got to do the dance, and then everybody wants to grab the bride.
mhm.
Everybody, because you want the bride to take pictures, and you want to. The Italians do that thing where they stick the money on the dress.
I'll take the money. I don't need people touching me though.
Well, everybody's gonna want to dance with the bride.
This
I mean,
is
it's
what?
what happens.
No.
So,
Who?
yes.
Have you ever heard of such a thing?
No.
You
No.
you ever been to an Italian wedding?
They want to dance with the
Yes,
bride?
Italian.
Did they ever
That's
want
my money.
Did everyone want to dance with you?
Freddie, that sounds like a Me Too moment.
Just my dad and my husband.
When you were dancing,
I don't dance a lot.
Were you? Nobody danced with the bride at your wedding. Nobody.
Just my
A little
dad.
dance
You danced?
together.
No, I mean the people, and they put the.
No,
Oh, you mean like a flash mob?
I went to a mobster wedding, so I don't know.
Sorry, I
And they-
missed that part.
and they put a pin. They pin money on her.
Oh yeah,
gown.
totally. Yeah,
Really?
You're absolutely
So
right.
what are you telling me? No.
Well, no, because I'm not that Italian. You know what I'm
They
saying?
You
pin
know
money
what?
on your gown?
Huh?
They pin money on your gown?
Oh, yeah, it's like usually they have a pouch and that sucker fills up quick, right?
Oh,
But
nice.
that's true, like with
Nah.
wigs and.
I had a- yeah.
Yeah, that's the envelope that goes in dad's pocket or husband's pocket. That's what you need to create. You need like a bigger pocket.
How big you want?
As big as they want to put the checks in.
Size,
right?
Well,
size of a laundry bag is good.
you know,
That's a
you know,
good
at
pocket.
Sandoz, while we're on this gift exchange with our weddings programs, the brides and grooms, with the help of Paul, can set up a gift registry online. So when they have their destination wedding all booked, they can share a link with their friends and family. Those who can attend or those who can't attend can actually contribute to their wedding. They can contribute to the vacation by paying for an upgraded room. They can add an excursion to go swim with the pigs.
Oh, that's nice.
You know, yeah.
I'm going to do that.
So you can do that. It's like
Yeah,
part of the
he's
registry.
lost.
I know that's a
What's
conversation.
up, Talon? You want to go?
Sit with pigs.
Yes,
You want to
sir.
swim with pigs? Talon's swimming with the pigs.
That's an in-law gift.
But I think Gio had something like that on his wedding,
No,
didn't
he
he?
didn't swim with no pigs.
But no, you could go on the link and you could pay for something, a part of the wedding.
Yeah, that's becoming more popular.
Well, think about it. Do you want another wearing blender, or would you rather have somebody help
Yeah.
pay for
Come-
your?
Wedding registry, but paying for the actual trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That to me is a little.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Well,
So we
it's
can
it's
go-
Swim with the pigs or get a blender? Which one?
I know.
Swim with the pigs.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
I had someone give me a vacuum as a wedding gift. I was so sad.
He needs a blender. There you go. And we're talking about different price points, different people. We can bring everybody to beaches. So you can bring the kids, the grandparents, everyone. You can have blended families
Yep.
at the beaches resorts because weddings are always the
And
same
we,
now.
and we have multiple categories. You know, you have the lead-in category, which is known as the luxury category. Then you have the club sandals or concierge, which is a step above. You get your own concierge service and concierge lounge. And then you have the butler category, where you obviously we spoke about the Caribbean genius. So there is a price point for everyone in the family, and the best thing they can do is reach out to their travel professional to work with them, like Paul, and he will
Call
help you
Paul.
out. Call
Call
Paul.
set a
Call
budget,
Paul.
and we got you married.
Better call Paul.
CruiseOptics.com, and Paul doesn't only do cruises, Paul does all vacations and destination weddings, bachelor parties, bachelorette vacations. It just happens to be Cruise Optics, but you don't have to go on a cruise. Just call Paul. That's what I told my mom. She says, I need to talk to him. I go, then call Paul, Mom. She says, I call Paul all day.
Weddings are one thing, but there's also the
All
fact that if you
vacations.
want to go on vacation.
Been
Yeah.
there, done that, did it again, and Sandals is actually one of the most beautiful
It's a place to
places
go.
ever to get married.
Did you renew your vows at 10 years also
We renewed them at 10 years
at Sandals?
at Sandals.
Wow. And
With
1
the
year
s-
at
With the
Sandals.
same, yeah, we did 1 year, 10 years, and we'll do it at 15. We had the same minister, and it was
You're the same minister.
same minister, Reverend Ramsey. I mean,
Reverend Ramsey.
Reverend
I know
Ramsey. yeah.
Yeah, he married me too.
Which time?
I gotta get some love.
Well, do you have clergy over at Sandals, or do you need to bring your own, which is a good point,
No,
Paul?
so on the islands, it's always governed by the government. So there is actually a team of clergy that's available for the wedding to make sure everything is legal pre and make sure that the wedding is actually certified.
You got all the clergy there, and you can get married. What you looking for over there? There are so many things going on in the studio. I feel so distracted. I'm like ADD at the moment. Jamie, I need some CBD because we got wires and remotes getting set up, but we're still talking about vacations. Now you know why I need to go away. Right? Now do you understand why I need a vacation? And I can get a bathing suit there. I can just get my passport and go. And my
Yeah.
kids are old enough; they don't
That's-
even need babysitting.
That's the number one key. Make sure that the passports are up to date, not expired or close to expiration, because that is where you need a travel agent like Paul to ensure that everything goes off without
We
a hitch.
handle all the passports, all of the legal that will be involved, because you are dealing in another country. You need to make sure you're following the rules for a marriage. And
I'm getting a little stomachache. Is there anything else we need to go?
you have one of these 30-day renewable clauses at the end of it. You want to be married.
Hey, Freddie, you know when people say, can I have a do-over, like in business? Can I have a do-over of a couple things? Can we have a do-over for 30 days? Can we do it? There you go. There's your trial run. You try sandals for 2 days, 2 nights, 3 days. You try your wedding out. If you like it, you book it. If you don't like it, find another location and keep trying it out. That's the beauty of sandals.
That's the beauty of sandals.
You can try them all. How do you decide which one to send people to?
It really is, what is it that they want to do? What is the type of island do they want? Do they want something that's going to be quiet and relaxing? Do they want to be near a big city that they can go and and go and play at night? So I tell you, once you get to any of the Sandals properties, you just simply don't want to leave.
Which islands have big cities to go out and do things in?
None of the islands really have like
Okay.
a big metropolitan city.
Kingston.
But yeah, Kingston is a metropolitan city. But when I'm thinking city, I'm thinking Chicago,
Oh,
New
yeah.
York. So that's definitely not the concept we're